in this particular lecture, we will be talking about how to store a data to the database through Java programming. But before writing down a program of JDBC, first we need to understand, guys, what is driver. See, guys, and this driver is just like a mediator, okay, and just like a compiler. What it does, it takes Java program, okay, and this driver takes Java program and it converts into a language what database can understand, okay. And I will give you a simple analogy. Suppose when we write a Java program, or you can say in any particular programming language, when we execute any particular programming language, suppose let's say Java, and the when we execute a Java program, then the computer cannot understand directly, okay, and that's where connector, it means that's where a compiler comes into picture. Similarly, this driver is just like a compiler. What it does, it takes a Java program and converts into a protocol what database can understand. Are you getting it, guys? And don't worry about that, I will give you definition, and these are the definition, guys. A driver helps us to connect our Java program to required database, and it creates a communication between Java and database, okay. And before importing this driver, you will not be able to write a program of JDBC, okay, guys. For that, what I would do, and I will see practically in some time, but let's go to the step wise and see. In the first steps, what I would require, I would require to download exam for MySQL. And guys, I've already downloaded this MySQL exam, but I show you how to download. Let's go to Google and let's type download exam. Click on enter, and you see this download exam. Click on download exam, and you see this option, guys. If you click download, then the download will be started, and see the download has started now. I'm going to stop it because I've already downloaded this exam and I launched it here. What I would do, and let's see practically, guys, how to insert data to the database through Java. And let's get started, guys. Here I'm going to create an ordinary Java project. Right click out here, new, go to project, and you see this Java project. Click on Java project, okay, and let's give it as JDBC program 1. Click on finish. Now with the name JDBC program 1, this folder got created. What I will do, as in the previous lecture I was talking about, guys, how to link connector jar file in our project. But once again I tell you how to link a connector jar file in our project. Right click on the project, go to build path, configure build path, and you see libraries, and you see this add external jar. Click on it and you go where I have downloaded the connector jar file. I have downloaded connector jar file, that is nothing but driver. Go to E software jar, and you see MySQL connector Java, and copy and select this first option, open, apply, apply and close. And guys, now you see this referenced libraries got created here in this project, that is JDBC program 1. And you see when you expand reference libraries, you see MySQL connector Java. Now we have already linked this MySQL connector Java, and let's start with the program. What I would do, and always create a class. Right clicking on src, right click on src, go to new, and you see this class. Click on class and let's give it as a. Click on finish. Now the class is created, guys, and we will be talking in some time what is package, but uh, but for time being just leave as it is, okay. And let's start with the main method. And guys, I will write a JDBC program wherein the data will go to, and data will store to the database through the Java program. What I would do, first I will create class dot name, okay, and give the path com dot mysql dot jdbc dot driver, terminate with the semicolon. And you see this path guys, com dot mysql dot jdbc dot driver. What and what is the path? I tell you right now guys, and this is the path where our driver class is present, and I show you where it is present. And guys see this com dot mysql dot jdbc, expand it, and you see this driver class, okay, and this is the driver class what I'm importing here guys, okay. And if you will not import it, then the program will not work. And this I've created class.forename com.mysql.jdbc driver. Place a cursor over here and you see this option surround with try and catch block. Click on try and catch block, remove here class not found. And when you write this exception, it means it can handle any kind of exceptions. Either it can be a null point exception, either it can be a null format exception, null point exception, array arithmetics out of bounds, any kind of exception guys, okay. And after that, in the second steps, what I would do, I would create a communication from to the database. For the database, I will create a connection for the database. Write down driver manager dot get connection, and let's give here path, that is jdbc colon mysql colon double slash localhost slash student. And before writing down here, and I'm going to create manually a database guys. You see I've already launched this exam control panel. When you click over here on admin, then it will open a mysql localhost my php admin. And you see this test guys, I've already created this test database name, and inside the username one is already created, but I'm going to create a new table name. Let's give it as user2. And in user2 what I would require, I would require user id, in second name, third email id, email id, and in fourth one city name. And user id obvious, it will be integer, and name varchar, name is all email id will be also a varchar, city name varchar. Let's define size or length 30, name 20, and email id 50, because email id is will be too long as a string, and that's why I mention a size 50, and city name 20. And click on save. And now see guys, user2 got created with the name table name user2. This test is the database name and user2 is a table name. And now see when I click on the user2, and now the table is created with the name user id, name, email id, and city name. And when I will execute that Java program, this one, when I will execute this program, then the data should be stored, let's say should be stored out here, okay. Then let's move further, and the database name is user colon double quotes, and right here and let's write here guys root colon and double quotes. I have not created a username and password in exam, that's why I kept here root, and this password field as it is I left blank. Terminate with the semicolon. And what is the return type of this driver manager? Place a cursor before driver manager, press Ctrl 1, and you see this option guys, assign a statement to a new local variable. Click and you get this class connection, okay. Remove here and let's give con connection. After that, con dot create a statement with the semicolon, and again place a cursor over here, press control 1, and you see this option, assign a statement to a new local variable. Click and let's give it as stmnt. Now stmnt dot execute update, and here I will write a SQL query, insert into user. Now our table name is, what is our table name? Table name is user2. User 2 values. First column is user ID, then name, email ID, and city name. User ID, let's type 100, comma, and when you write a string value, then always write inside single quotes, guys. The name is Muhammad Murad, comma, again single quotes because it is a string. Email ID Murad dot most01 at the rate gmail.com, comma, again give a city name, and again the city name would be a string, better write inside single quote, city name Bangalore, and terminate with the semicolon. Okay, and guys, when I write here this execute update, and when I write this name, value, email ID, and city name, then guys, this is, and we hard code the value, but actually it is not a good practice, guys. But I will make you understand sometimes how to use prepared statements and to supply data dynamically, and that's where the prepared statement comes into picture. For understanding purpose, I teach you how to use this execute update and how to insert a query to the database. Okay, now in the fifth steps, close connection, con dot close. Now our program is accomplished, and let's run. And what happens? Run as Java application, and see we are getting exception, guys. User does not, and what all exceptions we are getting, guys? Table user.user2 does not exist. Let's go to this is the test. Okay, guys, and we have given a wrong database name. The database name is test, and what we have given here, we have given here user. Let's remove it and write down test. Now let's run this much, whether it is working or not. To understand, and for the understanding, what I would do, I would write system.out.println, and inside I will write query inserted, run as Java application. Now see query inserted, guys. Let's go to a test database and go to user2. Now see, guys, now the data got inserted 100 md murad.muhammad at the rate gmail.com. Again I'm going to insert what I would write here, 101, name let's say Muhammad Murtaza, email ID would be, let's give it as Murtaza at the rate gmail.com, and city would be Kolkata, and write either it is getting inserted or not. Run on Java application, and see again query inserted, and let's go to the database php myadmin, right, and click on user 2, and you see this data guys, 101 user id, name Mohammad Murtaza, email id this one, and city name is Kolkata. Now the data got inserted guys. Again I go here and write down 102, right here Muhammad Mustafa at the rate gmail.com, and let's give it as a Kolkata as well. Okay, and save it, and let's run as Java application. Now see query inserted guys, and again go here and click on user 2, and now see 102 MD Mustafa got created. And this is how you can do guys. And our whole agenda was to insert a data from Java to database, and now the data got inserted here. See 101 Murad, and this data got, and this data got created here guys. And in the next video we will be talking about how to update this particular data. Suppose I want to update this name, I want to rename this from Muhammad Murad to Sajjad. Then what will happen? I will use the update, and in the next video I will be talking about how to update data to the database. Okay, and let's catch up in the next video guys. Thank you.